The sound of laughter echoed from the living room, a laughter I hadn't heard from my wife in years. It was light, full, and intimate. I was standing outside our own house, the one I built with my hands, the one where I thought love lived. I had returned early from a work trip, hoping to surprise her on our 10th anniversary. But instead, I was the one ambushed by the sight of her, wrapped in another man's arms. The wine glasses on the table still glistened, the candles still flickered. Everything looked like the romantic dinner I had planned for us. Only, it wasn't for me. In that moment, something inside me didn't just break, it burned. 10 years. 10 years of shared dreams, long nights, promises whispered under the stars. All turned into a sick joke. I stood there, paralyzed, my heart pounding so loudly it drowned out their voices. The man, younger, confident, someone from her office, brushed her cheek and said, "He doesn't deserve you." She laughed again. That laugh would haunt me forever. I didn't confront them that night. I walked away, quietly, calmly, because real anger doesn't scream. It plans. The next few days were a blur. She didn't know I knew. She went on as if nothing happened, cooking, talking, pretending to love me. But I saw it in her eyes now. The emptiness, the pity, the way she avoided my touch. Every smile she gave me was another knife. I stopped eating, stopped sleeping. My colleagues noticed. My mother called, worried. But I had already made up my mind. I wouldn't just leave her. No, I would make her feel what she made me feel. Revenge became my oxygen. I started gathering information. Every detail about her lover, where he worked, who his boss was, what weaknesses he had. I hacked her phone, read every message. Each, "I miss you," was another piece of fuel. I was calm, deliberate, methodical. Weeks turned into months. And I crafted a plan so cruel it frightened even me. The man, Daniel, was about to be promoted. A major contract that could change his career depended on a flawless background check and clean reputation. What he didn't know was that I worked with the very company he was about to sign with. I leaked everything. Fake emails, manipulated messages, financial documents showing him as untrustworthy. Within a week, his reputation collapsed. He was fired. The company cut him off. His girlfriend, my wife, began receiving calls, rumors spreading that she was involved. She came home one night crying, saying, "Someone's ruining our lives." I looked at her, eyes cold, and whispered, "Good." She froze, realizing I knew. The mask dropped. The silence between us was heavy. She tried to speak, to explain, to cry, but I just walked past her, leaving her in the ruins she created. But revenge, it never ends cleanly. Her mental state began to crumble. She started drinking. She lost her job. Friends avoided her. Daniel vanished from her life completely. And me? I watched. I enjoyed it. Or at least, I told myself I did. Until I saw her one night, sitting alone on the floor, surrounded by the pictures of our life together, whispering to herself like a ghost. For the first time, I wondered, had I gone too far? But it was too late to stop. Because once you start feeding revenge, it becomes your only companion. Months passed. I filed for divorce. She didn't fight it. She didn't even show up to court. She was hollow, lost, a shell of the woman I once loved and later hated. But there was one more piece left in my plan, the public humiliation. We had mutual friends, family, people who thought we were the perfect couple. I planned a dinner party, inviting everyone, under the guise of celebrating the new chapter of my life. She showed up too, uninvited, wearing the same red dress she wore the night I caught her. The irony was delicious. When everyone had a drink in hand, I stood up, clicked the remote, and projected the photos of her affair on the screen. Gasps filled the room. She stood frozen, pale as death, as everyone stared. Friends, family, colleagues. She whispered, "Please stop." But I didn't. Not until she fell to her knees, crying, begging for mercy. That night, my revenge was complete. The man who had been betrayed became the one who destroyed. And yet, when I drove home, alone, the silence was unbearable. No triumph. No peace. Just emptiness. I sat in the same spot outside the house, the spot where I'd first seen her betray me, and realized something terrifying. I had become the monster I was chasing. Weeks later, I heard she'd left town. Rumors said she tried to end her life once. I didn't check if it was true. I couldn't. Because deep down, I knew, if it was, her blood would be on my hands. People praised me for standing up for myself. They said she got what she deserved. But at night, when the lights went off, I saw her crying face again and again. Revenge had won. But I had lost myself. I destroyed her life. But in the process, I buried my own humanity. Broken heart moral of the story. Revenge may taste sweet at first, but it poisons the soul that drinks it.